Impressive MR2 McLaren F1. Outstanding. Fake discs. Lambo doors. Pontiac. Yeah, it's real. Ding dong. Dodge Viper. Women's area. Hi, I'm Adam C, and welcome to the Stoneleigh Kit Car Show, which I am attending in my kit car. So, as I'm sure you know, this is a Dax Tojeiro. It's not a original Cobra because I'm not a millionaire, guys, but I'm attending, parking next to this, which is a BMW Z3, or it used to be. It's now replicating the Ferrari 250 short wheelbase, which obviously never came in a convertible, so there's a clue. And we have an F40 replica coming in. Take a look at that. So there's going to be kit cars and replicas everywhere today. So a lot of Caterhams and Westfields, GT40s too. So we've already been shopping. I'm not an alcoholic. I just like the taste.
9:30 in the morning.
So today I'm actually looking forward to not having to explain that my car is a replica because it's just expected here. Wouldn't it be fun to take a real Cobra to a replica show? Would that be fun or just annoying? That's the trouble about owning a real one. Everyone would just presume that it's a replica. So there's one drawback of having £1 million. I can see a 250 GTO replica, so we shall head down there and capture some arrivals too. So a kit car can be sold as a kit, so you build it in your garage, or it can be sold as a pre-built kit, which I think mine was originally. I think mine was built by Dax themselves. So a lot of these will be built in the sheds of British folk. We've got beach buggies based on Volkswagen Beetles, and they'll all have donor cars and donor parts. So my Cobra has some donor parts from an '88 Jaguar XJS, like the LSD and a few components, but the chassis is all made by Dax and the body shell as well. So it's very interesting. I know they get a lot of hate for being replicas, but I don't mind. And I had to wake up pretty early this morning, so as a result, I've brought my breakfast with me. This is Y Food and its new look. So they have sponsored this video and provided me with the new look of the Y Food. So they're all easily recognizable. This one is the happy banana flavor, and each flavor has their own distinct color, and they fit much better in the hand for when you're on the go. So as ever, this can be your breakfast, lunch or dinner. It contains all the vitamins, nutrients and minerals that you need to fill you up for between 3 to 5 hours. Banana is one of my favourites, I'd say, but there are loads of flavours to choose from. So for me, who is always in a rush, this is more than ideal. And to celebrate the new look, they are providing you with a 10% discount off your purchase using Adam10, following the link in the description below. So let's check out this 250 GTO. So you join us at the 250 GTO replica. Let's see if we can guess what this once was. It's got some mini light wheels. You know what? It looks slightly MX-5 inside. So we've actually got the bonnet up on the 250 replica with its 3-litre Jaguar V6 on display. There's a Marlin coming in? I think that's a Marlin. And then we have a Ferrari California replica. There you go, that's the kind of content I like to see. We've got the Morgan 3-wheeled inspired car with red wheels. And look, there's a little Citroen 3-wheeler as well named Polly. Hello, Polly. So this is the Pilgrim Car Club, so I presume these will all be Pilgrim Cobras. This one certainly does look like a Pilgrim. This one has got a hardtop and looks more like a Dax. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that this is a Dax Tojeiro like mine. There will be a lot of Cobras today. He's a fan of his beans, it seems. We have another Cobra turning up, sounding amazing. Very blacked out, that one. It's got the American style rectangular rear lights, which I'd love to have on mine too. And you'll notice I'm wearing my Golf GC40 and Cobra top and orange socks to match. I love it. We've got an XK120 replica, this one. I think it's based on an XJS.
What do you think of the buggy? Oh, it's going to come in a second. It's going to be the craziest thing you've ever seen.
Really?
It's a Dax.
A Dax buggy?
Yeah. You're never going to have seen anything like it before.
Oh, wow. Is that road legal? Yeah. So as we heard, this is a road legal buggy made by Dax. He doesn't slow down for any speed bump. Look at the exhaust. The back box is at a 45-degree angle facing downwards. We have a Fiesta-based Quantum kit car, yellow with the black stripes passing through. There you go, Fiesta rear lights to prove the point. And a Nova kit car with a Golf badge on the back. I love those. Check out the back box on the rear. There also seems to be a dog show going on. The ladies are applauding their best puppers, so we might have to look at that at the moment. I am with Chloe, she's currently getting a coffee, so yeah, we're going to have to look at that. Yep, proving my point. Take a look at that. Can you work out what those headlights are from? The rear lights are definitely from a Mondeo. It's called a Shelsley, which is funny because tomorrow I'm heading to Shelsley Walsh. Oh, there's a Lamborghini Diablo replica. I can see a Porsche in the background. Now I am really hoping that this isn't a GT3 RS. I'm hoping that it's a Boxster with a 911 kit on it, but to me, it looks just like a GT3 RS, although it's had a bit too high. Yeah, that's a Boxster. And what is behind the Audi? That is really nice. I'm liking that. I'm afraid I don't know what it is yet. Ah yes, I have seen another one of these already here before. Behind this, which appears to be an NG, N for November, I think we've got a 430 Scuderia replica. So these will be based on MR2s, and that one is an MR2 because it's got a Targa roof in it. So I think there is a whole Ferrari or faux-Rari section that we can have a look at with 430s, Californias, the F40 we saw. That's going to be fun to look at. I'm excited to see that. And we've got, oh, there's a 612 Scaglietti. Don't tell me that that's a replica. Surely not. No, I think that's genuine. So we've got this that looks like a Nova, but I'm not sure what it is. Yeah, that's a genuine 612 Ferrari. That's not a replica. I don't think anyone ever... Well, no, there might have been some 612 replicas. Oh no, we've got a smiling girlfriend. Are we going to have to look at the dog show? Yes. Okay. He's being judged on his coat, I think. Oh, this is proper. Chloe just made a great point. We've got all the pedigree dogs over there, and then the kit cars here are essentially mutts, aren't they? So the first part of the show is actually where we were meant to park. There's still so more cars coming in. We'll see them in a bit. So this is, I think, where the Cobra section was meant to be.
Look how low it, look at his wheels.
Well, this is what it's meant to be. We're meant to have 15-inch Hallibrands and then the higher profile tyres.
He's got knockoff ones because the actual...
Yeah, he's got actual knockoffs rather than knockoffs. So this one is a DB replica, and isn't that beautiful? So this beauty you see here is resembling a 50s Lancia. We've got a Lancia steering wheel, but it's got like MX-5 running gear, and it was a Triumph Herald underneath. So the Westfield is giving passenger rides throughout the day, skidding around the cones. But further down, I've just spotted this 911 that's been lifted. I presume it's on a Beetle chassis. It sounds like it. So we begin at perhaps the most entertaining part of the show with the Blackwells first up. So they have Sagara style moulds on the front end for their headlights, but are MX-5s, the Cobra's boots open. And then we have perhaps the most impressive replica of the lot. So this is a Porsche Boxster. And I tell you, if it wasn't here, you probably wouldn't guess. I mean, due to the fact that it's mid-engined rather than rear-engined, the line is a bit more extended than on the genuine GT3 RSs, but other than that, I presume it's got genuine Porsche parts all around, so that is a very impressive piece of kit. And we have a Ferrari 250 California based on a BMW Z3. So the 250 Cal is parking up alongside another 250 short wheelbase. Countach's, Diablos, Murcielagos don't look too bad as replicas. So here is a Countach Quattrovalve 5000 replica. There's not much difference in it, even the sills are similar. It's quite a simple car to replicate. There's not a lot of curves, it's just box, box, box. So as a result, it is one of the most successful looking replicas. If you didn't notice the Q plates, you'd perhaps think that you were overtaken by a Countach. And as you would expect from such an event, we have some MR2 replicas. So these are meant to be 430 Spiders. It's got the gated manual shifter. Nice shade of blue, hasn't gone for red. Not as obvious as some of the others. Blue with the cream interior, even with yellow Ferrari brake calipers. And we have a Ferrari California replica and another 430, this one a hardtop. So you'll notice a lot of 430 replicas are convertible due to the fact that they use MR2s, but this one is a hardtop. How have they got the roof? This one used to be a Peugeot 406,
Wow.
which, you might know, were designed by Pininfarina as well. So it kind of well, it doesn't make sense, but it makes a bit more sense. So you can kind of see the way it flows in a similar way to the 406 Coupe. We have a fake engine in the rear because it will still be front engined. It's fascinating, isn't it?
It is. This one's a lot wider, so it's more convincing.
I knew it looked different to the MR2
Yes,
ones, and obviously the fact that it's a hard top meant something was up, so there's the dash. Check out the California, again using a lot of genuine Ferrari parts. So this was an SL500, you'll notice it's still got its original folding hardtop. So that's how they've done it, a Mercedes SL500. So here is the Diablo replica that we saw pulling in today, and once again, the untrained eye would not notice, even with the gated manual gearbox there, the dashboard looks great. I'd love to get a genuine Diablo next to the Diablo kits and really pick to see what the differences are, but from certain angles it looks genuine. And the roof on the original Diablos was like this. You would mount it on top of the engine when you're not using it, so that has been replicated as well. We next have the Spirits Owners Club, so I presume these little cars are called Spirits. They've got a magician's wand and hat. This one's the Free Spirit, and we saw one of these come in earlier. This is a Phantom Vortex. So this is a Vortex section. They seem to make very different cars to the Phantom, but the Phantom GTR kind of has cues from like McLaren F1 in styling. There's the blue one we saw coming in today. We've got the two-tone orange and tan interior. See if you can recognise that dashboard. And this is the Exo Owners Club, and to my knowledge these used to be MX-5s, and once again, in their aesthetic, in their visual cues, they are all very different to each other. Even the body shapes differ, and the colours. That one's got all kinds of graphics all the way around it. Really stands out. We have the Midas section, which would have been Rover Metros before, similar to the Mini Marcos, which there are a few of within the section as well. And Chloe has spotted this, which is called the Edge Devil. It's got a V8 from an Audi S8, 4.2 litres, and is a pure single-seater race car for the road. And apparently one of 6 on the road with a top speed of 207 miles per hour. These are called the Jaguar Jeep, obviously replicas of the Jeep, but anyone would think it's a Mustang. And whilst we were down here checking out behind us, we've got more Lambos parked up. We have another Countach replica. This one looks outstanding. Once again, the interior, even a trained eye wouldn't be able to guess that it's not a Countach. And neighbouring that, we have a Diablo GT replica following the same trend. Even its V12 is absolute art. Tell you what, if ever I owned a real Diablo, I'd just bring it here and get people to look around it and think, wow, what a good replica that one is. You know what would happen there? They probably favour the replicas over the actual Lambo. They'd be like, no, this one's the replica, and they'd get it wrong, because some of these are really well done. And opposite the Lambos, we have the GT40s. So this one is made by Tornado Sports Cars and has the roof panels that have been taken off. So deeper into the show, and we have a DBR1 replica passing through and a Cobra with number 98. So there goes the DBR1, and though mine is 88, here we have 98. So there was a famous Cobra which was blue with white stripes, which was number 98. So a lot of them have that as the number, whereas mine's 88 due to a model car I had when I was a kid. So we've got the Marlin section over here and some beach buggies up there with the 911/Beetle up on the hill. And the thing with a lot of these kit cars is they do still need to pass MOT, so they need things like indicators and horns, and sometimes they don't have any horns. So a solution, just stick a rubber chicken to it. And there is a trade section selling some Dodgems. And though we had a lot of Cobras driving by, we now have a Shelby Daytona passing through. Another car like the Cobra, like the GT40s, is the Stratos. If you see one of these, it's more than likely to be a replica because they're more well accepted and are often favoured over the originals due to better handling. I've just noticed the Stratoses are parked up in a nice curve, and the Stratos enthusiasts are also parked up in a nice curve as they're all lectured. Is this like a golf buggy for the road? It's tiny. It is road legal. Oh, now I wouldn't park an MX-5 in this show. People will start stealing your gearbox. I'd look out for that, because a lot of these cars have MX-5 gearboxes. And this one's gone for the old Sprint Colin Chapman livery. But I am looking forward to showing you the rest of this section. You've got the two Novas next to each other. But this is a car that I wanted to show you. So this isn't a V12 Vantage, as you would probably presume by the fact that it's at this Kit Car Show. So it's got 4 seats, which the V12s didn't really have. They just had like a bit of a platform in the back. This was, or kind of still is, a E46 BMW 3 Series that's been turned into a V12 Vantage. V12 badges, we've got the fake discs on the front, the real ones are behind that. So there's a lot of effort's gone into the visual aesthetic of the V12. So it's got the S badge from the V12 Vantage S, a bit of blue details in it. It's got the vents in the bonnet from the V12, but it's just a little bit longer, and the proportions are very, very different. I saw this driving in, I didn't get to film it, so I was really looking forward to showing you this. So let me know what you think. I never even knew that anyone made a Vantage replica, and who would have guessed it? Built on a 3 Series. You can see the M logo on the BMW steering wheel there, just underneath the Aston logo. It's still automatic as well. Nice little cruiser. Probably does a lot better fuel economy than a V12 Aston. Come around the back, there you go, there's the rear end. So this is a recreation body panel kit based on the reliable and solid BMW 3 Series convertible. Affordable to purchase, maintain, tax and insure, unlike the real deal. Panel kit consists of clamshell front end, including bonnet and wings, door panels, rear quarter panels, bumper and boot lid. And the vents don't vent. This is the kind of stuff that I came here for. This is what I like to see. We've got another Ferrari 250 homage, and this one has got Lambo doors. Lambo doors on a 250 replica based on a Mazda MX-5. Still with, you'll notice, Chloe, the MX-5 engine.
Oh, it still has it!
It's still got it. Apparently only 12 of these were ever produced and only 9 in the UK. They've even taken the roof down the 250 now, so it looks a bit different from a Ferrari 250 GTO, but it still gathers a crowd, much like the very vibrant green 280i Tasman TVR Wedge. And further down, another 250 GTO, again, MX-5. So this one being a fixed hardtop, so a lot more work's gone into it to convert the MX-5 into a hardtop with vents that don't vent, and we have a hardtop Cobra passing by, just entering a Cobra section that I think it would be rude not to have a look at. So here we have the Cobras, and this is what I mean about parking up. You just kind of walk past them. They're all fantastic, all very unique specs, but when you see a bunch of cars all lined up, it's hard to spend too much time looking at each one individually. So you can get the general view. This one has got a Ford 427 according to its rocker covers. So we've got maroon, we've got blue, we've got side pipes, we've got rear exit exhaust, blue and white stripes seems to be the most common, blacked out, looks really nice, another blue and white one with a cream dash, and then we have the Shelby Daytona parked up with all the rest of the Cobras, which aren't parked to be sold because straight line sell cars. So we had some Ferrari replicas earlier, and you now join me at yet another Ferrari section. So a Dino replica, a more classic Ferrari replica, unlike the 430 Spider, with white interior, so no wearing blue jeans in one of those. So it's definitely a lot more fascinating seeing these Ferrari replicas than just a standard MR2, which we might just kind of walk past as it shows. So we have the 430 Spider, we've now got a 355, and neighbouring that another 250 California based on a Z3, and as you can see, they really do go to town, changing up all the interior, even the beautiful Italian steering wheel. And next door is one more Ferrari Dino replica. So this Dino was also an MR2 beforehand, and we have another Ferrari replica just pulling in. So this one is meant to be a Ferrari 308. So we have the Scuderia that we saw coming in, another MR2, and here even sounds a bit like a 308. We've got the 308 parking up next to the F40 replica, which we really need to have a look at. This F40 started life as a Pontiac Fiero. It seems to have 300 ZX headlights, potentially. It's not got the pop-ups like the F40 does. It's got a splitter on the front of it with the Pirelli logo. Shell, Sparco and other badges down the sides. Come back the rear, we've got a carbon-starred roof. We've got the spoiler on the rear and the triple exhausts. The spoiler is not quite as vertical as the original F40's was, but following this, it's a similar kind of rear end. And when a F40 is fetching over £1 million now, it's a viable alternative. So here we have the 308, which again is based on a Pontiac. Looks pretty nice from the rear. I often find that finding an angle that looks genuine is often quite a trick to do. Sometimes a 3/4 angle looks perfect, sometimes it's the direct rear, sometimes it's the direct front, sometimes it's from above, like on the 430s. What are we thinking here then? Peugeot front lights? And you see that Costco there? It's not actually a real Costco shop, it's a replica. It's based on a tent. So next up we've got the Jaguar 4.2 litre Cougar kit, and behind that a very colourful section on the bank that we saw earlier. We have the beach buggies. Chloe actually noticed earlier how everyone favours different positions for the headlights. So the green one is slightly surprised and cross-eyed. We've got kind of two different solutions next to each other there, both in orange. Let's see what we can see. We've got a lot of glitter and sparkle in rose gold. There's sparkly green, pistachio grey and turquoise. I'm liking the purple on this one. We've got yellow, and this is the buggy that we saw coming in earlier, which apparently is a Dax. There you go, road registered Dax rail buggy, 15 grand. And as the sun is coming out, you can really see the sparkle in some of these buggies. So we've got red next to pink, next to a atmospheric purple. Looks like a galaxy. There's a bit of orange in there, a bit of blue, a bit of green. And the final buggy is parked up on this bit of a pedestal here. We've got one that's slightly on fire. Also, which mirror do you use? And neighbouring, we've got the tiny buggy and the 911 shell that I can only presume is on top of a Beetle. I think, is it real? I think it's real. It sounds real. Yeah, it's real. Yeah, so that is a California T. He needs to park with the SL500s over there. Let's hope he does. So next up there are a few Porsche 356 replicas. Well, this one is the Speedster, and then we have a 550 Spider rep next door to that with the yellow headlights and a blue 356 neighbouring that one. And here is the showcase of stickers. I say ding dong. What about the Stimson Scorcher? And here we have three Bertinis, which once again used to be BMW Z3s back when they weren't quite as expensive as they're gradually getting. It seems someone has turned their Dutton into a trailer. And whilst we had Beetle-based buggies earlier, we've now got Beetles with a lot of different modifications. This one has got rid of the front wings in favour of just the two spotlights. And then we've got a van. So there is an indoor venue which we have arrived at. We've got Dax in front of us, and Dax actually do a Daytona as well as the 427. But I want to pay attention to even more Boxster conversions. So this is a Porsche Boxster underneath, and then a GT3 RS. Once again, it's a Porsche Boxster. Okay guys, those who know me will know I don't need to say much else other than this is a Dax and that's a Dodge Viper V10. So I am back outside now after a brief stint indoors, and we've got this new arrival who is a self-proclaimed pixelated woman's area, and ironically a bit of a screamer too. But I think from the Stoneleigh Kit Car Show, that was pretty much that. So a whole lot of kit cars, replicas and other cars that aren't actually kit cars but share similar platforms. So I really do hope you enjoyed that video, because I really enjoyed being here. The Ferraris and the GT3 RS that's actually a Boxster underneath was really cool to see. So I'm going to hop in the car. I'm heading elsewhere tonight and yeah, go on my merry way. So Chloe's looking at buying a Ginetta, it seems. So go follow me on Instagram for all the updates, highlights and weekly and daily posts about these things that I go to, and photos and behind the scenes stuff and pictures of cardboard. But for now, thanks for watching.